This lesson about ATS and how to make ATS-compliant resume. Let's recap from what we already learned. We know that average job posting receives anywhere between 100 and 200 resumes, but less than half is being called. Our goal to be in that fewer list of applicants who will receive a call, but how exactly to do it? 90% of Fortune 500 companies use applicant tracking system to manage high volumes of job applications. ATS will electronically scan your resume, score your qualifications based on the job description, and rank your application. Recruiters rely on them to make their screening process more efficient. 75% of candidates are phased out of consideration because they don't pass a screening. So how it works? You send your resume and the ATS software parses all the pages to find keywords and compare them with the keywords in job posting. Basically, recruiter configures ATS with specific job description and then looks if your resume has something in common. Normally, ATS scans for skills, work experience, education, contact info. Failing to clearly provide one of these at your resume will end up wiping out you as a candidate. This is the simple example how ATS work with advanced engine on a backend and lots of configurations. Let's look what a recruiter see when a candidate applies for a position. As you can see on these screenshots from ATS, there is a list of applied candidates and each has a score with the maximum number of 150. What do recruiters do? They filter from highest to lowest and contact first candidates who look to be a good fit. You don't need to score 150 to get a call, but the better match, the higher score. Here is one more example of different ATS software. Instead of score, this app offer rating, but the logic is the same. We want to get as close as possible to the job description to beat other candidates. Soon we are going to look online how we can scan our resume for ATS compliancy. But before that, let's look at 4 most common sections your resume should contain. Header. This part is simple as it is. There should be your name, valid phone number, professional email address, and professional URL to LinkedIn account if you have one. Summary. Very recommended to have. We will talk closer about summary in next lessons. And finally, experience and education. These sections talk for themselves. 3 out of 4 should have the header mentioned in resume, like summary, experience, and education. You will see why. Let's scan different resume and see what ATS can detect and what cannot when headers of categories are missing. All right, I prepared 3 resumes. We will gonna scan them one by one and see what the result. First one, Christine Smith. She's customer service representative. Her resume is 1-page Word document. She has all headers mentioned for every section, such as summary, skills, work history, and education. Great. She has nice header generally, telling us her phone number, email, and LinkedIn. Looks good to me. Let's scan and find errors she potentially could make. All right. I found simple website, just the regular job application where you should fill all the information. But this website uses ATS to extract information from a file. So this is what we are going to do. We're gonna go and scan this resume and see if it detects all the pages. All right, so what do we got? We have Christine Smith, first name, last name, correct, email, correct, phone number, location, perfect. Header worked just fine, whatever she has here. Next one, latest work. We have company name, Pets Global Markets. We have job title, customer service representative, which is correct. Next one, we have start date and a date. And this is actually very tricky field because very often ATS doesn't recognize the date format you use in your resume. And in the case of Christine, she uses months, year, 2 months, year. And this has perfectly worked with ATS. And then list of responsibilities, which is description, and looks very good to me. Let's go to the next chapter, previous work. All right, we have company name, job title, we have start date, ADN, and description. So ATS picked everything just fine. Education, we have name of the organization, which is Oregon State University. We have Bachelor of Arts, Marketing, which is Bachelor, Marketing, university name. It's not really clear here how, marketing is not separated, not specialized, nothing, just marketing. But anyway, ATS picked that a specialty course name, and it worked just fine. Graduation date, you see, it didn't get the graduation date, probably because of the format, which is should be different, but we will review other resumes and we will see where it actually worked. All right, for me, it looks very good. Even all the skills were named using commas. Customer service, problem solving, bachelor is not really a good one, but these skills are not really went here to this line. So something went wrong specifically with skills. But other than that, that worked out pretty good. All right, let's look at different resume. We have next one, head waiter. Let's review this resume. This is Donna Richardson. We have some summary here, but not with a summary header. We have contact information here. Highlights, I don't know why they're here. Experience, good work, a good date format, locations, perfect, education. All right, let's scan this resume. Same website, different resume. All right, head waiter. Donna Richardson, email, phone, location. I don't remember having location for Donna. All right, there's no location in her contact. Dublin. Oh, it picked the location from the school she attended. So this is wrong. If you don't want to have any misconception with location, please include your location in your contact info. And this is not the format I prefer. I would rather have all the contact information on top in a header to avoid all the error that possibly might come up with ATS. This is the good format to me. This is not the one I would prefer, I would say. All right, let's continue. We have latest work experience, Momo restaurant, waiter, dates good, description good. All right, next work. Italian restaurant, waitress, dates are good, description good. Okay, that is straight. This looks good. Education, Bachelor of Science, cook. But we have cookery school and Bachelor of Science. So these two different educations she got. She got somewhere, you see, there is no mentioning of the university she attended. So she got somewhere her bachelor's and of science, but there's no mentioning of university and location of university. She also attended cookery school at her high school in Dublin. But you see, this is where confusion starts. The ATS thought that she attended this school and got this degree. So this is wrong. We try to always separate official education from any courses. So if you want to have your courses, licenses, and ads listed on your resume, make it separate header. You have education where you got your bachelor's, master's, PhD, and you will have another header which says certifications, where you can list cookery school, other courses you might attend online, not online, licenses, they all go to different section. All right, this is what we've got. We learned something new right now. And let's go to our third one, third resume. It's for web developer. Let's review our web developer resume. All right. All right, good header. I would switch name and put it on front, like at the very top, and then phone, email, and LinkedIn. The rest is perfect. Summary, we have header, we have short summary, perfect. Skill highlights, all right. We have experience, only one, that's still okay. We have education and certification. You see, this is what I'm talking about. You always want to separate them to avoid different errors that, like ATC will definitely read it wrong. So try to make official education separately from any type of certifications. So this is what we are doing here. And let's scan it. So what we can see here from Matt, that his first name, last name, email, phone, correct. Our latest work, Luna Web Design, position web developer, dates are good. Description is good. Previous work, nothing, because he has only one experience. And then education. We have Columbia University, Bachelor of Science, subject Computer Information System. Let's look at what he has. All right. And let's open it. Yep. Bachelor of Science, Computer Information System, and Columbia University. So the education field was set up correctly, and except graduation date. Because on this website, it requires to have date, months, and year format, which is not common. So we're gonna skip this part, but I wanna bring your attention to skills. Here we have project management, quality assurance, CSS, all the skills he mentioned in his resume. Right here, skill highlights. And right here too. So basically that skill text field extracted all the keywords he might mention anywhere in his resume. Not exactly under skill, but some, like common words for a web developer. So be careful what you put in your resume in different sections, because that's all could be extracted and placed under skills. So this is how ATS works. This is the perfect example of resume, I would say, among other three, because it has only one line, so it's not separated in two columns. For example, like this one. I don't recommend doing this because not all ATS are perfect and they might misread your resume. So this is the perfect example of resume for me. It has summary, not short, not long, but exactly perfect, saying all the skills and position and experience. But I would add years, but I guess he doesn't have much years of experience, but at least four, that could be mentioned here. The rest is good. Skill highlights, pretty good, but might include little more specific tools. Experience, very good. Date format, position, company, location, very good. And at least 5 points, at least 5 bullet points I recommend for every job description you might put in your resume. Education is separated from certification. That's perfect. And it's all on a one page. So if you have one experience or two, your resume shouldn't be longer than one page. I highly recommend stick to the rule, the shorter, the better, because you make your resume, you go and you get the job offer by quality, not by hundreds of pages of text nobody will ever read, because right now, as you know, ATS will scan everything. You will receive a call where you can talk about your experience, where you can express as much details as you want, but do not make long resume. So if I make it smaller and show you the template of it, so this is good. This is good. If you have more experience, you put more experience, you make this part shorter, you have your name on top, then you have this contact info. You can even make it right here so it takes less space because you have phone number, email, and LinkedIn on the same row. You move this up and you have more space to put more details if you wish. 1-2 pages maximum. All right, let's go and let's scan your resume versus job description and see what we will get from another scan. So I'm using JobScan to scan my resume versus job description. And the first thing that I will do, I'll actually go to Indeed and type a web developer here, or UI developer, and find any job description that might be relevant. So I'm clicking on this one. So I selected this. And what I will do, I will copy their requirements. So where they're looking for skills or specific tools, frameworks. So this is part that interested me. And I will include this in the job description part. On your left, I need to select our resume. Basically, I have two choices. I can copy and paste everything here, or I can just select from my computer, which I'm going to do. So I have web developer resume. Perfect. It got everything, including the personal information. And I click scan. While it's scanning, I really recommend you go here to job scan, create a free account. With free account, you have about 5 scans, I guess. And you can just scan your resume and see how you're doing on this rate. So we got low rate. Let's review why. Okay, we're not using this part. ATS tips. Contact information perfectly found, phone number, email, and address. Okay, we didn't include job title, that's all right. But education was found in our resume. Section headings, perfect. Date formatting and file type. So the format of resume we earlier reviewed for web developer is perfectly matching ATS standards, because ATS software was able to detect every header, recognize every block, recognize where is experience, where is the education. So basically, we did a great job in that web developer resume because it's so ATS compliant. But let's review. You see our skills part is missing. So here it goes by making your skills and keywords match job description. This is more, we will work about keywords in next lesson, but let's review what are those keywords that might be related to our position, which we haven't included. JavaScript, as you can see, you mentioned 2 times in your resume, and it's mentioned 2 times in job description. Fine. AWS, probably this person never worked with AWS, so no mentioning Git. I guess if you're a developer, you'd know what is Git and you might work with Git repositories, so you better mention it. I know sometimes it's silly just to mention because it's obvious you worked with it, but it's good to put it in your resume just to get this one done. PHP, perfect. We have match. SQL, we have match. CSS. You know what is problem here? Why it didn't match? Because in our resume, we have just CSS. But here it has CSS3. So I know sometimes in your resume, you might put in different blocks, different skill names. Same as with HTML5. You might have CSS and HTML statement in summary, but you might have CSS3 and HTML5 somewhere in skills section. So you cover those both, because for ATS, HTML5 and HTML are different skills. So make sure you include as many variations as possible for the same skills. It's okay to be repetitive in your resume. It's totally fine. Your goal is to pass this ATS rating. Okay, let's go next. Framework. So there is no single mentioning of framework. I'm pretty sure web developers are working with numerous different frameworks and libraries, but not having this word in resume, you're losing some points. So my recommendation for you is to scan your resume with 2 or 3 different positions and see what are those keywords you are missing that could enrich your resume, which could make it better, which could, improve your chances of, receiving higher score on ATS. So this is some ideas. Basically, we can do it again. We can keep the same resume, delete this job description, and go look for another position. And full stack developer, we're looking for UI developer. Maybe let's look not Connecticut, let's look in New York, for example. Let's look in New York. What do we have here? Web developer, junior web developer. Okay, since our candidate has only one job description on this, is not strong, the job description. Okay, UI developer. I guess this could be something that our candidate could be interested in. Okay, let's go. All right, scan. Okay, let's go to skills directly. We have short list because the job description for that position wasn't pretty long. We have no mentioning on UI. So if you're a web developer, of course you work with UI. So make sure you put both web and UI words in your resume. CSS, okay. You see, it's found CSS. But if you would have CSS3 in your resume, it would find it. And this is what happened with HTML right now. It didn't find HTML because in your resume, in our resume, it states HTML5. So that's the problem. And it found JavaScript. All right. So if we go back to our resume and look at this, it says here HTML5. And I guess it says here HTML5. So I would recommend having here, for example, in this name, having HTML5 and CSS3, for example, and here having HTML and CSS. That will improve and increase your chances of getting higher score when it comes to skills comparison. So, you got the point, you know what to do. So take your resume and find those hard skills you're missing from your resume.